Hi and welcome to this tutorial where I am going to show you how to create an inline or pop-up form in Flodesk and put it onto your Squarespace website. My name is Liz Mosley and I'm a branding and web designer, and I also have a lot of fun making branded animated GIFs for my clients. And I'm hoping to create more and more of these little mini tutorials for my YouTube channel to help you have really beautiful and consistent branding wherever you show up online. So if you have followed me on Instagram or signed up to my mailing list already, then you probably know that I am a huge Flodesk fan, and I also really love working with Squarespace. So yeah, that's why I wanted to create this tutorial to make it super easy for you to add really beautiful looking sign up forms that you've created in Flodesk and put them on your Squarespace website. So I really hope you find it useful. If you do, please comment below, please subscribe, and I will be back with another tutorial very soon. So as I mentioned in this tutorial, I am going to show you how to create a sign-up form for your mailing list in Flodesk and embed it onto your Squarespace website. So I've logged into my Squarespace test account, which I've got on this tab, and I'm in my Flodesk account here. And when you log into your Flodesk account, you'll find this menu at the top. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to do is go to Audience and Segments and create yourself a segment for whichever sign-up form you are making. So it might just be that you want them added to your general mailing list, or it might be that you would like to segment your people based on where they've signed up and what they're interested in. So maybe if they've signed up for a particular event or workshop, they'll go into a specific segment. So once you've done that, come to forms, and this is where all your forms are kept. You can be more organized than me and put them into folders if you want to. But now I'm just going to click on new form. And you're going to be given three options. So pop-up, this is the sort of form where you go onto a website and a few seconds after scrolling around, this pops up as a window, and you can either then sign up or minimize the window. We've got inline, so this is one that will sit permanently on a web page. And then we've got a full page, so this won't sit on your website, but will be a sort of separate page on its own. So this can be sometimes good if you've got like a particular event and you don't need them necessarily to go to your website. You can just send them to this single page by adding, like the link in your Instagram stories or your bio or wherever you're planning to share it. For this tutorial, I'm going to do inline because I want to show how it can embed onto your Squarespace website, but it's a pretty similar process if you want to do the pop-up version as well. So I'm going to click on inline, and it gives me a whole range of different sort of templates. So you can just pick whichever one looks closest to what you want to do. So I am going to go for this nice bright yellow one, and I'm going to click customize it. Now you're going to be asked to choose a segment. So I just created a tutorial segment for this example. I'm just going to click save. And then you can just customize it. So one of the things that I did was got the hex code from the background of the website, my test website, and I'm just going to paste that in here so that it's the same color and it won't look like a separate box. And then now I'm going to just customize all these elements so that it matches my branding. Oh, no, I want to make that text. Oh, there we go. Make that text that yellow. I'm going to make... So here you can create different options to sort of automatically segment people into different groups. So this is really helpful if you have sort of various different target audiences. So maybe you have customers that are just interested in your workshops, or you have customers who are interested in working with you one-to-one, or maybe you sell products and they're interested in just like baby wear and clothing, but then maybe you have others that are interested in adult clothing. So basically you can customize this to make it whatever works for your business. So I'm just going to upload an image. I'm just going to find a picture of me. And that will go there, and you can change what shape you want it to be. And then I'm just gonna change these font colors so that they stand out a bit more. You can decide whether you want like to collect their name, things like that. So you can just add first name. I want the first name to appear first, so I'm just going to drag that up there. So there we go. I've got first name and email address, and you can sort of decide whether it needs to be required for them to sign up. I'm just going to change all of this to a darker font because I want them to be able to read it easily. Perfect. And then I'm going to... You can change the style of these sign up buttons, so they can either be square or pill shape or rounded. They can be, I think I could make them sort of more solid if I wanted to. Oh, that's the border color. I'm going to keep the border color white, I think, but I might, yeah, you can sort of just play around with this and get it looking exactly how you want. You can make the fields bigger if you want them to have more space. With the font, you can change the color. So I'm going to go with that. Yeah, so you can play around with how you want it all to look, basically. So I'm happy with that, I think. You can, yeah, I might change it to an image that size. Okay, perfect. You can also then create a message that's going to come up once they've subscribed. So this one is just going to say thank you for subscribing. They have a few different options. If you want it to be a different sort of tone of voice, you can pick whichever one you want. Okay, so yeah, that's what's going to appear once they've signed up. So then I'm going to click next. Should we enable double opt-in? So I personally would go for yes, just because it means that they have really confirmed that they want to sign up for your mailing list. But it's completely up to you. And then you can customize an opt-in message here if you want to. So I have a message that comes up once they've double opted in, a thank you page, all that kind of information. So yeah, just go, you can edit all of those in this section. So then I'm going to click continue. You can decide whether you want to be notified every time someone signs up or not. I'm going to go do not notify me, continue after this form is submitted. So they can either the success message can be displayed, or they can be redirected to a page on your website. Yeah, so that's up to you. Right, so now you are going to publish your form. So you are given 2 sections of code. So the first thing that we're going to do is copy this header code, and we're going to put that into our Squarespace website. So you only need to add this in once. So if you have multiple forms all over your website, you only need to put this one in one time. And then this one will be specific for each form that you create. So I'm just going to copy that, and I'm going to head over to my test website, and I've just sort of quickly put this together for this tutorial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into settings, and I am going to go into advanced, and then I'm going to go into code injection, and I'm going to paste that code that I got from Flodesk into the header. So that is what that's going to look like. And then I'm going to click save. Now I'm going to go back to Flodesk, and I'm going to copy this inline code, and it says paste this HTML code where you want your form to appear on your website. So I'm going to click copy, and then I'm going to go to my test site, and I'm going to add in a section. I'm going to just add in a blank section, and what I'm going to do is add in, if I just search code, I'm going to add in a code section. And now I'm going to paste that code that I had there. Now you'll see it says script disabled. So that means that it is appearing there. I'm just going to remove this text block from below. You can change the settings of your section. So I want it to be a bit smaller. Maybe I'll go for medium actually. Now, if I click done, it should show up. So there we go. There now is my sign up form on my website. So that's creating an inline form. If you did a pop-up form, it'll be a slightly different process. I'll just quickly show you. If I just go back to forms, create a new form, pop-up, we'll just go with this one. I'm not gonna bother customizing it, but you know how to do that. All the same questions. Right, so here you would decide when you want the pop-up to display. So probably you'd want to go, I'd say, after 10 seconds, or you can do it based on how far down the website they've scrolled. So you can also decide whether they see it even though they've subscribed. So I'm going to say no. And then this is a slightly different header code. So you would need to add this to your website in the header section, like I showed you. If you do want to have a pop-up and an inline form, then copy this header code, because it's slightly different, but it'll work for all of them, and just replace the code that you've already put in with this one. You'll see it's just got a slightly extra bit at the bottom. So that will make sure that your inline forms and your pop-up works, and then click save. And then that should all be ready. And then if you test it out, test your website out, then you should see the pop-up appear. There we go. It's appeared after 10 seconds. Obviously, you will have customized it and made it look all beautiful and in line with your branding. Anyway, I really hope that this tutorial has been helpful. If so, I would love for you to subscribe. I'm going to be adding more videos regularly with lots of little helpful tips and tricks and how to get your brand looking really cohesive and amazing.